Hi guys, so welcome back to another video. Now, the last video was a little odd, so I'm going to come back with coming up to my stage with my Trident maple, and the leaves are more or less all gone now. I'm just going to, in a minute, continue to pick the last of the leaves off, and then we're going to go through and we're going to try and just do some little changes, try and make it a bit more autumn ready. It needs a couple branches being taken off, and cutting back just a little bit, so we can get better ramification when we come to the next part of its journey. So anyway, I'll do a quick time lapse of me going through and de-leafing it, and then I will be back after we've done that. Alright guys, so as you can see, all the leaves are gone. They're all more or less falling off anyway. Believe it or not, out of all the trees, this one was the last to start turning colour, but it is the first one to properly lose it all. So anyway, basically what I want to do is go through and just take it back to a set of buds. It's not going to be much chopping because most of this is all right form. I just want to bring it in a little bit, so when spring comes and the buds go out like that, it's not, you know, it's meant to be like a sumo tree, so it's got to be quite compact, and a nice little oval kind of look to it. So anyway, if I zoom in, bring you in even on these branches, as you can see, a lot of them, hopefully the camera will focus on them, but you can see multiple buds on each part of the tree as you go down. So obviously this one here, if I can actually get the camera on, you can see it's not going to focus too well, but you can kind of see there's two buds at the end there. Then we got some more buds back here, and there's more buds back here, and there's dormant buds that go all the way back into the tree. Now obviously when spring comes, the buds at the tip here are going to be the ones that leaf out first, where all the energy is going to. And I don't necessarily want that because I don't want the tree to become too leggy. Obviously the next set of buds are here and here, these four here. Saying that, to be fair, what I think we'll do is I'm going to take off this part here all the way up to here. And this means that these two buds on the lower part here will push out energy when the tree first comes. All the stored energy in the roots in the spring will all go into these two buds rather than the two that we've just cut off. But obviously what I might do, depending on how big the node length is after the initial boost of energy has come out, what I'll end up doing is cutting back to maybe these two buds and then letting the rest of the year grow out from there. And all it's basically doing is, yes, it will bring the tree in a bit more than I maybe want to begin with, but what it will do is it will get all these inner buds to start opening up, the energy going into them, and then we'll get more ramified branches. So yeah, that's basically the plan. And what I'm going to do is I'll do another little time lapse now of explaining it. I'm just going to go around the tree and snip off any branches, and I'll come back to you if there is something worth showing. Okay, so I just wanted to quickly pop in. If you've just watched the last bit of the time lapse, hopefully you'll have seen that I've just cleared up a load of these bits of the tree coming out here. Now, as much as I want it to be bushy, it's got to be filled in nicely with good ramification. As you can see there, we had one there, we had one up here, there's one around the back here, and there's a couple more down here, little ones in a minute that I need to take off. And what this basically I'm trying to stop is the inverse taper. As you can see, there's already quite a big build up around where all of these, there was about, what is it, that's 3 there, 4, 5, 6, 7 branches possibly coming out this one bit. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this one, these two. One of these two will probably go at some point, and we'll see when it comes to the winter. Probably the smaller one here, and we'll stick with the 2 larger ones, and then we'll bring this branch eventually with some wire around here and bring it in to fill up this gap. And as much as you want, obviously you want with symmetry, you've got to keep it growing well with good taper, because obviously there's you don't want big bulges in the side of your tree. You can see already that this tree obviously has had at some point a major cut here, which is healed over lovely now, and then this obviously has become the new leader, and it's going up and up and up. And then I don't really want the tree to stay, I don't want it to get bigger than this, but I've left this one on throughout the year, and I probably will for the next year. I probably won't touch this, just because I'd like to thicken up this branch a bit more, just to make sure it's definitely the leader compared to this one, and then thicken up this one just to come up to about here, where these branches split, and then this here will be the top of the tree, just so it adds that nice shape to it. And then we'll bring out this branch here, or we'll bring out these ones here to fill up this gap here. So it's definitely going to be a work in progress, but yeah, I'll go back to the time lapse. I just wanted to bring you in on what I was doing around here. So then guys, I think that's going to be it for now. I'm just going to go through with my cut paste, and I'm just going to block up all of the cuts I made, even with the smaller ones, just to protect it. But I do think that makes the tree look a lot better. Now obviously when it first comes through in leaf, it might not look to the shape that I want, but obviously that's the whole process of joining the tree. Obviously you probably saw me take out a massive chunk here. It was this whole bit here. Took all this section out. Now that's basically because this piece was growing up, and I don't want it to grow up. What I want is this little bud here to hopefully poke out and fill up this space, and then these two with some wire, just a slight bit of wire over here, can bring down and fill out this whole gap. But we want the branches going outwards. We don't want them, you want to take off any going up, and ideally you don't really want any going directly down either. So from sitting back and looking at this, it's definitely got a bit of work to do. That's the front there. So this side is definitely much more ramified, as in like it comes out a lot more than this side. This side definitely needs some padding out. So these lower branches down the bottom here, when it comes to next spring, I will let them grow out, and then I will give them a little trim. But what I want to do is get lots more ramification in these branches here. Obviously the same with the top, but definitely much more with this down here. I've actually just seen one that I do want to get rid of, and that's this branch under here. Once again, inverse taper. I've already got 2 big branches here. This one we're going to bring slightly around and try and twist it more like that. And then this one here, there is a chance actually I might take that big bit off actually. just stick with this one up here, but that one is going up. So I'm going to leave that for now, but there's a chance we're either going to take this big one off here at some point, or I suppose I could take this one off, which is cutting into this one more, and leave this branch on its own to develop its sub branches coming off of there. But we're going to leave it for now because I don't want to do too much. Obviously, when you're coming to pruning trees like Trident maples that bleed a lot, it's probably best to do it now, once the leaves are definitely all fallen off and most of the energy's gone into the roots, because there is probably a little bit of sap flow still going up and down the tree that can just get the healing process started on these chops here. Now, none of these are big massive chops, they're only smallish chops, so it should be all right. But I'm definitely looking forward to this tree, especially over the years where this branch gets a lot thicker and we can get rid of this kind of open area, this flat point here. Obviously once the leaves are on you don't see that, but once this gets a bit more taper and these branches all come out with their ramification, it's definitely going to look a lot better than it is. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.